Hello, my friends. It is me. It is I. You hopefully did not hear just silence on this title screen today. There was hopefully music the entire time. I feel like. Let me know if that sound level is good. I'm still getting used to the new headset. I bought an identical headset because I thought it would be the same. And it's not. Was playing other music? No worries. Just yesterday, I didn't realize that because I switched headsets, you guys wouldn't be able to hear the audio. And so there was just like solid like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of silence at the beginning of stream. The music is really quiet. I'm not sure if I can turn it up anymore without drowning my voice out. I mean, the music should be really soft. You should mostly hear the rain sound. If you guys want me to adjust the balance a little bit more so there's more music and less rain, we can try that out. There's no metal in this game, unfortunately. Barefoot Turtle, hello. Also, Carly, Blur, Pie, Sardonisms, hello. I don't think I missed anyone who said hey. Hey to y'all. Don't hear the music at all. Okay. I do keep the music pretty low just because I like the rain sound better. Okay, good. And if I turn it up by one, does that keep the sound balance okay? Or do you like it down here at the lower one? Did I do the hydrate? I feel like I raised my cup to do the hydrate and I don't know if I did it. Double hydrate then. What we got here? Carly got Cat Jam. And she ate Jimmy John's franchise sandwich shop. What kind of sandwich did you get? Oh, there's Pie going off. I am too European to know what that is. We don't have Jimmy John's in Canada either, at least not in my part of Canada. It sounds like a like sub shop. Buckle up, it's sausage time. Peter! Hello, how's it going? Ham, turkey, and provolone. Oh, that sounds amazing. What sauces do you get? Like, do you get mayo? Do you get honey mustard? Do you get, like, barbecue sauce? Like, what are the condiments? What's the condiment sitch? Oh, no, that's fair. Do you put any veg on there? Is it just good, solid meat sandwich? This is my Italian heritage showing through. I have a soft spot for a really good, like, deli. Deli meat is superior to... It's not the same as going to the grocery store and getting, like, the really processed stuff out of, like... the sandwich aisle. You gotta go to the deli counter. You gotta get them to slice it. You gotta get them to slice it. I can't decide if I like the music up like that or down like that. We'll keep it down for a hot minute. You gotta go to the meat counter. You gotta get them to slice it for you. Like that fresh deli meat. If you go to a deli and you get like fresh baked deli bread with fresh sliced meat and whatever fixins they got on the side, top notch. That is sandwich heaven right there. Even Subway doesn't really compare, right? Because that's just like the cheap version of a deli. That's like the fast food version of a deli. You got to go to an actual deli where they make their own potato salad and their own condiments. They do their own pickles there. Oh, so good. Just a slab of meat and cheese. Hell yes. But that, it just goes to show you when you got good ingredients, so good. A sub shop implies the existence of a dom shop, and frankly, I can't afford that good a time. There was a sandwich shop in Yuma that I loved. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have a dedicated sandwich shop that we go to around here. There's a couple places we go that have good sandwiches, but they're not like delis. I need to find myself a good deli. I'm reading a Regency romance. Craft is mid, but the story is like candy. Nice! Which Regency romance are you reading, Sardonisms, if you want to share? I have a soft spot for a really nice romance if it's well written. Was in office yesterday, so I got Firehouse subs on the way home. Oh, that sounds so good. We're making me hungry. How was yesterday's potato salad? You forgot to send some. Pie, I think it would go bad if I sent it to you. It was very good. It's just store-bought. It's nothing special. It's just a store brand potato salad that we get here. But it was delightful. It was very satisfying. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I I feel like every time I talk about a deli, I'm like, this is my Italian heritage shining through with bright colors. I love me a really good deli. And it's been a while since I lived near one that I could just like walk into and be like, give me your best sandwich, please. Ice Cold Duke by Arabella Wells. I asked a few authors which of their books would be best for a newbie to the genre, and this is one she suggested from her works. Oh, nice! So are you... It sounds like you're enjoying it, Sardonisms. The UK doesn't really do delis. I know, like, it's Subway or bust over there, and I don't get it. I grew up in... I don't feel, like, awkward saying this, because I don't live there anymore, but I grew up in central Pennsylvania, just about 5 hours from New York City, and delis are like the lifeblood of that area. Like, every town has an Italian deli. King Pluto, hello. And Rai, hello. How's it going? What's my ideal deli sandwich? You gotta get, like, fresh baked bread. I really love a sourdough. Give me a sourdough any day of the week. It's so good. Fresh baked sourdough. On a deli sandwich, you want it a little bit thick. Crusty outside, a little bit thick and soft on the inside. Get me some turkey on there. Some oven baked turkey just, falls apart. So good. This is my ideal sandwich, so we're going to ignore the fact that I'm lactose intolerant. Got to get some Swiss cheese on there. Actually, Swiss cheese is one of the few cheeses that I can still sometimes eat because it tends to be almost naturally lactose free. But you got to get some Swiss cheese on there. You got to get some mayo. You got to get some honey mustard. Or Dijon. If they don't have honey mustard, you got to get some Dijon on there. Get some lettuce. You get some tomato. If I'm feeling a little bit sassy, I might even throw some pickles on there. That's it. That's me. That's my deli sandwich right there. Yeah, the one cheese that I can still go to in times of need is Swiss. 70% of the way through. Gotta go to my lesson. Love you guys. Carly, thank you so much for dropping by and hanging out. We love you. Good luck on your day. 70% of the way through. Very easy, fast, bubbly type of read. Can't rate it highly, but I feel it needs a separate rating for enjoyability, and that's very high. I mean, hey, if you enjoy it, that's the most important rating, right? I has Raising Cane's. What is that? Is that a place? Is that another place that I don't know because we don't have one? For a red hot second, there was a Quiznos in Glasgow. I only ever tried it once when I was sick and they put lettuce in it. Listen, Quiznos and Subway are the same. Oh, it's a chicken finger place? Oh, right. That sounds amazing. Please enjoy for me. some really good chicken fingers. I don't have a usual order. I just kind of pick the thing on the menu that looks good. Usually one piled with meat. This time I got a French dip. Oh, French dip is so good. French dip is like, the jus. Oh. What's Domeren's ideal sandwich? I don't know what his ideal bread would be. I feel like, and this is not me being biased, I feel like he would also appreciate a good sourdough or a rye. He would go straight for the roast beef probably. Or like a really, really high quality ham. Something that's like super aged. Or a mix of both, because hey, why not? I feel like he would be a tangy barbecue sauce kind of guy. Also, hot sauce. He likes the spice, that man. So there you go. If you're wondering what like Domeren's typical dinner order is, steak and baked potato. He's just steak and baked potato man. Or like a really good burger. Finger those chickens, Rai. Get in there. I hope everyone is doing good today. I try not to have like a usual order when I go into places either, because I like to try and explore the menu. But my like ideal deli sandwich is definitely like a turkey and Swiss on like fresh baked bread, with just some really good condiments. Oh, Rai. That looks so good. I want chicken fingers now. I've gotten into, is that prosciutto? Is that how you say that? I sometimes don't say the meats properly. I like Board's Head sells a variety, called Stradulce. Really like that one. Some aged cheese, arugula, prosciutto. Oh, it is prosciutto. Okay, I wasn't sure. Aged cheese, arugula, balsamic olive oil. Oh, God, that sounds amazing. Figs, dried or fresh, toasted fresh Italian bread with vinaigrette to dip, deconstructed sandwich. That sounds amazing. Gotta use those condiments, folks. Practice safe subs. Peter, I love you. So yeah, all the talk of sandwiches aside, I can't believe it's only Wednesday today. I woke up this morning and I was like, the week is getting on. How many days do we have left? What do you mean it's only Wednesday? It's been an interesting week. Monday we had the bridge incident. For those that weren't here yesterday for that story, short version, some guy decided that he had been personally ruined by the RCMP, Hells Angels, and the local cab company. So he put some explosive material into an ice cream truck and parked it on the bridge through town, which is part of the highway. And so that happened. They had to wait like 12 hours for the bomb disposal people to arrive because we don't have an explosives unit in our town. We're not big enough of a town to have our own, which has become a hot button topic around town this week. So that happened Monday. Everyone's fine. There were no injuries. Ghost and I didn't have to go anywhere near the bridge, but it was a wild day. And then yesterday, I spent a bunch of time. We noticed on Monday night that our tenants had run their washing machine, and some bubbles had like frothed up through the overflow drain in the basement. And we once owned a house that, like, completely, the basement just, like, completely flooded, with, a backed up sewage line. So I am on, like, high alert now. I am like, is this drain a problem? Do I need a plumber? Like, so I have spent an inordinate amount of time yesterday monitoring the drain, but so far nothing else has caused any problems. The dishwasher was fine. I checked after my shower this morning. It was fine. So I'm monitoring that situation. I might call a plumber later in the week. I don't want to... Like, we have a membership with a local plumbing company, which is great because it makes it cheaper and easier for us to get a plumber in when we need one. But I also don't want to call them in for something that's nothing. I don't want them to come in and be like, yeah, you're fine. That's just gonna happen sometimes. But I also don't want to be like, yeah, it's fine, and then I wake up one morning and I go down there and then there's like a puddle of water in the middle of my laundry room floor, in the middle of Ghost's office. So I'm keeping an eye on that, just making sure that doesn't need an emergency plumber. I was so convinced today was the day I took Alice to the vet. I was so nervous and worried about her, so I didn't much last night. I'm assuming that's sleep much. Get up, pack her in her crate, get a taxi, get her up, get to the vet, find out it's tomorrow at 3, not today at 2. I was so tired and furious, but only at myself out of silliness. Oh, you thought you had a vet appointment. I thought you were talking about something entirely different. You thought you had a vet appointment today, but it's tomorrow. Oh no, Peter, I'm so sorry. Is she still not feeling well, Alice? Is she still a little out of sorts? It happened that the tenant adjacent to the kitchen would wash dishes and their bubbles would end up in the kitchen sink. Oh, dang, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Vinyl, hello. I don't know if it's something that we really need to worry about, but I kind of just want to know, you know? I don't want my basement flooding again. So, it's been a bit of a wild week, and I kind of can't believe it's only Wednesday. But it is Wednesday. Which means after today, we are more than halfway to Friday. Vinyl, how's it going? How are you? I hope you're having a fabulous day. We were just talking, everyone was just talking about their favorite deli sandwiches. So you might notice I did get I'll just pop over to the desk for 1 second here. I did get the snake plushie for the desk. Since the plushie that I had here before was one of the spirits that you can actually unlock in the game. So I did get that. Let's go fireplace. This looks like such an awkward writing position to me. And what spirit do we want to hang out with today? Give me a good deli-style Italian sub. Hell yes, Rai. She started coming for cuddles again at night, which she'd stopped, but she's also eating like she's got an empty pit. It's bizarre. Well, I hope that you get some good news from the vet. I heard a bit of the sandwich combo before I actually sat down to say hi. Heck yeah. Not really a sandwich fan. Hey, fair. I went through this period when we first moved to England because in the process of moving, we had eaten fast food so many times. I was like, I just want a salad. I just want someone to give me the world's best salad. So, I mean, sometimes we have cravings, and that's just how it goes. It also happened in the back garage. The detergent bubbles would fill up the sink next to the laundry machine. I don't want to say it's okay because I'm not a plumber, but that was the extent of my experience. Yeah, I feel like because Ghost was all like, "It's okay. That's what the overflow drain is for." But I also, yeah, I just want to make sure that it's working as intended. But I do appreciate you talking about your experiences, King Pluto. It makes me feel a lot better about the fact that maybe they just used extra detergent this time. Because as far as we know, this is the first time it's happened. I can do a panini, but I don't have like an ideal order. So, what is your like comfort food of choice, Vinyl? If you're not a deli sandwich person, what would be your go-to like comfort food? Not that a deli sandwich is necessarily my go-to comfort food, but I do have a soft spot for it. Ooh, we could do the winter. Oh, look, he has a little scarf. What an adorbs. What an adorbsable little boy. Oh, I think I didn't do my pie drates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do these pie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't remember pie, so I did them again. I might have done them twice. But just in case I didn't do them, I did them now. They have been done 1 to 2 times. We got talking about sandwiches. I forgot about hydration. All right. 30 minutes, 20-minute breaks. 3 of those planned for the day. I just did them now, Pie. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get me to give you triple hydration. I want to try Portillo's Italian beef sandwich with just the jus and hot peppers and thin sliced steak. Oh, King Pluto. That sounds so good. Pie trying to get the most out of those channel points. My comfort food would be fries. That's fair. I like a good French fry. Sweet potato fries with garlic aioli or chipotle mayo. Oh, that sounds amazing. Do love. My comfort food kind of depends on the day and the mood I'm in. I like a really decadent soup, like a thick chowder. Again, something I can't eat a lot of anymore, but just a really decadent clam chowder. Top notch, especially on like cold days. And I really, my lactose intolerance is destroying me in this conversation. I really like a good mac and cheese. Like a baked mac and cheese with some jalapeno and bacon and some breadcrumbs on top. And bread is my kryptonite. Fresh baked bread. Put a bread in the oven, take it out, slice it while it's still hot, and give me some just drenched in margarine or oil or something. Can't stop. Can't stop. I have to be really careful when we go to restaurants where they just keep bringing bread to the table because I'll just eat all the bread. Lactose intolerance is really destroying me. It is, because all my comfort food is like creamy, cheesy, but I do like a really good, like, for me, a really nice treat is a really good deli sandwich. Just thick sliced bread, high quality meat, good condiments, a nice drizzle of like custom oil in there, like whatever oil blend they do at the place. Top notch. We're gonna do productivity though. This is not a sandwich stream, contrary to how it might seem. This is a productivity stream. So I have got myself all set up. I actually opened my documents before the stream started today. I'm so proud of myself, you guys. I remember from my notes that I need names for today. So before we hop in, let's grab some names, because I've got a king and queen who I've just been referring to as the king and queen of Phallic for this whole book. So I need some names. Oh, they have a Helliverse name generator on here. Interesting. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Additional WoW NPCs. What if I just want regular fantasy names? Sometimes I love fantasy name generator, but sometimes there's too many choices. Sometimes I'm like, I need a name. There are too many options to choose from. I just want fantasy human names. Where is that option on fantasy name generator? There's too many choices. Medieval names? I got all 5 things done for D&D yesterday. Heck yeah! Sandwich making stream when? We don't really have a computer that we can use to stream from the kitchen anymore. Also, I don't have the stuff to make sandwiches right now, but I should get the stuff to make sandwiches. Fresh baked bread here for some reason is very hard to find. I considered learning how to bake bread myself and then own a Monopoly fresh baked bread company. Heck yeah, Bard, hello. Apparently we're asking everyone what their favorite deli sandwich is today. We do have a bread maker, and I do need to use it. This is why I don't use this site more. Plague doctor names. What the hell? Where's just the plain, regular fantasy name generator on fantasy name generator? Where's the original? Whoops. Gonna make a loaf tomorrow. Heck yeah. I found one that I'm using, Bard. I just need a name for this king and queen. And my other name generator I'm finding is starting to get really samey, so I just wanted to try something new. But they have, like, so many different name generators on this site that sometimes it's like, just give me a generic fantasy name. It's not that hard. Basically any name spelled unusually. Yeah, I don't want a regular name though. I want a more fantasy sounding name. I'm picky. I don't want to come up with names myself, but I'm picky. Writer problems. Hashtag just writer problems. Guys, it's fine. I'm handling it. Very unique. Nobody like what? Bard, did you just use names that you're using for your... Keep them for your story. Don't give me names for your story. Bard. Very unique. Nobody liked them. Bard. I've chosen names. It's okay. You guys can stop. You guys can stop throwing names at me now. I just made up names that I've never heard before. I was having fun. You just scared me because you said very unique, nobody liked them, and I thought you were using them for your story. And I was like, no, Bard, don't give them away if you made them for yourself. Bard, how you doing? Search function on Pinterest is not really giving me what I want, but that's okay. My story is very non-fantasy names except for the Frog Wizard. What's the Frog Wizard's name? That goes for all of my stories in various stages of undress. I'm on lunch, but I'm not hungry, so I'm feeding myself with silly things. What do you mean feeding yourself with silly things? You just gotta have food. Eat food. What's everyone's opposition to eating these days? I have a basic idea of what I want this king and queen to look like. So don't just get in there and flap around and flail. So we are gonna do a quick break. And then we're gonna get started. Luckily I put a note in my notes that was like, you didn't name these people. They probably need names and to look like something at some point. I'm not hungry. I'll eat later. I mean, as long as have you eaten something today, Bard? I don't have a name for the Frog Wizard yet, but if you're not using Quemblin, I call dibs. Take it, Quemblin. I love the name Quemblin, but take it. It sounds like a perfect Frog Wizard name. Well, at least you got something in your stomach. I've had almost constant acid reflux lately. Sardinisms, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you talked to a doctor about it? Because that's something that can cause you trouble. Adelaide is a good fancy name. It is a good fancy name. Bart, I just saw the screenshot that you sent to the chat. Looking at Bard's screenshots. Bard, this is amazing. I have to read this one. I put a game in this cube. What happens next will shock you. This is amazing. Oh man, Bard. Those were all amazing. So amazing. I also really liked Game in the Street, Cube in the Sheets. I wish I had something to use that for. Kiki, I do not have any sushi and I'm very sad about it. I do have soy sauce, but I have nothing to dip it in. How's it going, my friends? Don't have a GI doc here yet, just moved, and I hate trying to find a specialist who doesn't just give up after one negative test. Oh, sardinisms, I'm so sorry. Finding a new primary physician can be really hard in a new place. I hope you're able to get some good recommendations and find someone. All right, I'm going to take that quick break because we're getting on to where I've faffed around a lot again at the start of stream. But I did actual work. I came up with stuff for the story. That counts. So I will be right back. We will start our productivity. Oh no, did I... Animation froze. All right. I will be right back. We will start productivity. I know, Kiki. I really wish I had more sushi more often. But they only sell a tiny little bit of it at the grocery store where I get it from. And I haven't had to go to the blood clinic recently, which isn't a bad thing. I need to go out for, like, proper sushi to a proper sushi place, but then I don't usually bring any home because I eat it all. I'll be right back. I just realized I forgot to come up with the surname for this king and queen. So back to the name generator it goes. Back to the name generator. Fantasy surnames. These are like actual words, and I just want a smattering of letters smashed together. Surname? You know, I'm very tempted to make their name Surname. I don't know if I can get away with being that cheeky. I really... I want to so badly. How much can I change the spelling? Surname. All right, this is what we're going with. These are the names. Oh, a C! That's such a good idea. Hang on. I'm changing it. Here we go. These are the names. Bard, you're brilliant. Surname. No one will ever know the origin. No one will ever know the origin unless they watch the stream. Bard, thank you. I love this method of name generation. Thank you to all who contributed. All right, let's begin the sprints for real. Steak sushi, what would be in that, Kiki? That sounds amazing. Lunch is almost over, but it's just gonna be gentle clicky clacks for the next 30 minutes anyway. I'm glad you were able to come by when you did, Bard. You've contributed forever to the lore of my world. I'll probably still be here, Bard. Honestly, I'll probably still be here. Lady of Noxus, enjoy your lurk. little bit of a longer scene here, but that should be okay. Oh my goodness. Basically, I have this habit of when I do my rough drafts and introduce new characters, I do like the bare minimum of description and I don't give them names. I was so zoomed in I didn't notice it was break time. I know, right? I overworked the timer as well. But that's why I keep all the sounds muted, just in case someone's really focused. So yeah, I have this tendency of just putting in like the bare minimum and then just using a descriptor for the new character. And it's just because it's kind of a shorthand for me. It's just because that way when I'm writing, I don't have to stop and come up with a new name every time I introduce a character out of convenience or necessity. But then I run into this problem during my second drafts, where I have to give the important characters that I'm keeping around, they have to be given names and they have to be given physical descriptions, and I have to find a way to like integrate that into the narrative so it doesn't seem like these strange people are just coming out of nowhere doing important things, and it's like, this is the king and queen, and it's like, okay, but what do they look like, and like what are their characteristics and everything. So I have slid a little bit of that into this scene, because these are characters that are going to be very important throughout this particular novel that just haven't cropped up. I just have a couple of people that are important in this last trilogy that haven't cropped up in previous trilogies. So there's just a little bit of fitting that in and smoothing it over so that it seems like it was always there. And that's one of the big things that I focus on during my initial editing pass, is making sure that any new characters who just got referred to as descriptors for an entire draft get more information about them without it seeming like I shoehorned it in there. So all of the pre-stuff before we actually started the first sprint was me getting ready to make that stuff really simple and easy to add in. So now, instead of just being the King of Phallic and the Queen of Phallic, as they were referred to throughout the first draft, I am putting their names in when they have dialogue and stuff. I'm going to do the usual. I'm going to pause the timer, take a quick break, hit the restroom, reheat my coffee, and then we'll see if people want to chat when we get back. Save alert. Save that work. Let's do a stretch now, and we'll do the hydrate when we get back with fresh hot coffee. All right. 1 or 2 minutes. I shall be back. I am back with a hydrate for Blur. Heck yeah. Alright. I know it is break time, but if we are not feeling particularly chatty, because I don't want to just yammer at y'all if you are working away at the things. So if nobody has any questions or anything they want to talk about, I might just sneak a little extra work into the breaks here, and then if somebody says something, I will put it aside and be chatty, versus keeping focused. Snacks, everybody. What is your snack, Blur, since we are so intent on talking about food? I don't know why I saw you say I have a snack, and I was like, everybody get a snack. Snacks for everybody. It was almost like Joe entered the chat. toast with some peanut butter. Nice. That is one of my favorite snacks. That and peanut butter and banana. I really enjoy me a peanut butter and banana. I would have that instead, but we don't have any bananas. We don't have any bananas either. We don't buy bananas very often anymore. Back to the grind. 345 pages left to proofread. I feel you. I am on page 74 of 235. Also, One Vamp, how's it going? How are you doing, my friend? Aiming for 10 per evening. That's a decent amount of pages to do. I usually try to do between 12 and 18 pages per day for my editing. But I'm also doing, I'm not just proofreading, I'm doing like everything. I'm doing my plot edits, I'm doing my proofreading, my plot edits, I'm like cleaning up all of my wording and all that all at one time. I only do proofreading now. It's the 7th revision. Holy wow, One Vamp. So do you do one revision for each thing, like one revision for plot and one for like cleaning it up? I try to do that, but my brain is just like, I can't read this that many times. So I just do it all at once. It's a really intense editing process, and it takes basically the same amount of time as writing it. Like, I'm basically spending exactly the same amount of time writing a scene as editing a scene as I spent writing it. But for me, that's like the only way to do it, because otherwise I just like, my brain just is like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna pause this just briefly because we actually worked through most of the break. I wish I had a plan. Since it's my first book, I just reread it until I noticed I started changing stuff instead of improving it, taking in feedback along the way. Heck yeah! My only advice would be just make sure that you don't spend so much time working on your first book that you never work on your second book, if that makes sense. Once you start revising your work and learning the process a bit more and getting the hang of it, you'll notice that you can always find something to change. You can always find a way that you would be able to improve. You'll always be able to make the book better. So keep an eye on diminishing returns, right? At a certain point, you're going to change so little through the revision process that it's not really worth the effort you're expending on another pass. And as they say, to us creatives, nothing is ever actually finished, just kind of abandoned. I don't like to think of it as abandoning, but at a certain point you have to accept that it's as good as you can make it at the point that you were in that part of your journey. Kiva uses Twitch. Hello. Enjoy your lurk. Just in case you can't hear me, I will type it in the chat as well. I realized it's an infinity project, so basically I started making side grades instead of upgrades, and I started considering outlining second book, and now I'm only proofreading. Good, yeah. Like, the idea is that, yes, you want it to be the best book you can possibly make it, but every time you get through a pass, you're a better writer than you were when you started that pass. So you'll always be able to change things. You'll always be able to improve. But it's a matter of, is my energy better spent on improving this, or is my energy better spent on the next project and making something new? I go back and I reread my first couple novels that I put out, and they are, I don't want to say trash because I'm very proud of them, and I obviously think that they're fit for other consumption because I've published them. But compared to what I write now, they feel very juvenile. And I know that if I started writing those projects now, they would be a lot better because I have a much greater grasp of my craft, right? So at a certain point, you have to accept that um, being happy with the book and being happy where you're leaving it is the best that you're ever going to get. And you take what you learned from that and you move on to the next one. Which it sounds like is what you're doing. It is the same with art, exactly. And it was really interesting because I lurk a lot on Oak Tea Parties streams. She's a watercolor artist. And she talks a lot about how your eye will often improve before your skill. So, like, you'll start to notice things that are awkward or off with things that you've done in your work before you develop the skill to fix them. And it can make you feel like you're not good at what you're doing because you can't quite execute things the way that you feel like you should be able to. But it's just a sign that you're growing. It's a sign that you're learning your craft and you're settling into your craft more. And you just kind of have to sort of learn to embrace it and work alongside of it. I'm going to let the sprint happen now, but I just wanted to say that. Wise words. I'm trying. Thanks for the encouragement. Honestly, trying to learn how to publish myself more than actually writing. Heck yeah. Well, if you have any questions, One Vamp, let me know. I am still, honestly, I've been publishing for a decade and I'm still feeling my way through it. So at a certain point, you just kind of have to dive in and go for it and trust that you'll figure it out. Sometimes you have to just actually hit the go button and just kind of learn as you go. plan right now is to finish the book this spring, set a date in autumn sometime, and use the summer to market website, learn administrative stuff. Worst comes to worst, it's out there and so people will read it. It's definitely a good idea to get some of your branding done before you have the book out. Definitely want to establish yourself on social media. Definitely want to get a website up. Definitely want to start building a newsletter as soon as possible. Just a heads up, though, it will be difficult to market if you don't have anything out. So if you have like a freebie on your website or like a blog or something that you can direct people toward, it'll be much easier to sort of start building a following with that sort of stuff. You'll find that a lot of your initial building is going to happen right after you get that book out. I know a lot of artists hate looking back at their old work, but I love looking back, seeing how much I've improved. Sure, I cringe a little bit, but I always think, look how far I've come. That's a great way to look at it. Honestly, that's the best way to look at it. I have goat milk, so I want to upset my stomach. Nice, Kiki. Yes, goat milk has significantly less lactose in it than cow milk, which does make it easier to digest if you, especially if you're lactose intolerant. My full-time job title is head of sales and marketing, but for some, I feel mentally blocked when it comes to my private stuff. Always just like social media as well. I struggle with marketing as well. I find it very hard to talk about myself. I can talk about my work till the cows come home, but I find it very hard to talk about myself. But if you work in sales and marketing, you will probably find it much easier to market when it comes down to it. When the chips are on the table, you at least have a grounding. I don't even have a grounding in marketing. I've learned everything after the fact. Uncle Tobin, hello! Haven't seen you in a while. Enjoy your lurk, my friends. I hope you're doing well. Woof! Hello, no words today. But your boy is the narrator today. In the scene I'm working on. That's just gonna make you madder. That's just gonna make you more mad that you can't see the words. How's it going, my friend? Is today your work from home day? Nope, just Woof wants to be able to see the words that I'm writing, that's all. He just wants to be able to read while I edit. Gotta go do actual work, Sardinisms. Appreciate you hanging out. Hope to see you again soon. I hope you have a productive rest of your day as well. Just got back a bit ago? Ah, I see. Bard's back! Heck yeah! I just feel like my live commentary would be helpful to your creative process. There would also be massive spoilers preserved on the internet. That's the main problem. Big spoiler alert, I know nothing about the plot of my book. That's a good thing. Silas Moontails, hello, hello. Haven't seen you in a while either. How's it going? changing the sequence of the ending there for a second because I feel like it reads better in that direction. We gotta stretch. Slurping as we speak. Heck yeah. It is time for a break. We got a save alert from Blur. Make sure you smash that save button. Save what you are working on. And how many hydrates we got? We got 2 hydrates and a hydrate from Blur. A 1. A 2. A 3. Bard, did we get a chance to ask what you were doing, how you were doing? You said you were at work, so I guess we did the what, but how are you doing? Did you miss the first spoiler alert? The one that said, oh, I did. Spoiler alert, the king did it. I only saw spoiler alert, I know nothing. I totally did miss the first one. My goodness. My goodness, my friends. We've just finished our first scene worth of edits for the day, so I've got one more scene to edit today. I do not think we are going to get fully done with this scene here on Strem this morning, unfortunately. But that's fine, because I have budgeted some time in the afternoon to get it finished, so it should be fine. This is the scene with the demon exorcism, question mark. Blur, why are you looking at me that way? Because there's gonna be a demon exorcism? Potentially? Potential demon exorcism? That's what we're all here for, right? Oh my goodness. Alright. Demon exercising. Yes, we're gonna put our demon on a leash. We're gonna take him to a treadmill. We're gonna make him do some paces. We might take him to the park after. If he's a good boy, he can go off leash and play with the doggos. Maybe. Gotta be careful with those demons. They're tricksy boys. Are always trying to make deals with people and get out of the protective circles, you know? It's almost like they got their own agenda, their own stuff they want to do. Why did you summon me today? I liked that Kiona has accidentally summoned a unicorn in Winds of Chaos with her wild magic enough times that Ghost is like, every time you summon a unicorn, it's the same unicorn. This unicorn now has lore. He's very annoyed that you summon him. He doesn't want to be bothered. Stop summoning. It was funny too, I don't think anybody noticed it, but Ghost was like, it'll be chat's job to name the unicorn. So I did a search for a unicorn name generator, and it suggested Lancelot as the name, and it just felt like Lancelot with the horn, and I was like, yes, this is perfect. Make sure your demons have outside time so they don't get restless and burn your house down. That is a good point. And always keep your demon inside the protective circle when you're sleeping, because you don't know what that demon is going to get up to when you're not supervising. Always make sure your demon has parental supervision, and when you can't supervise the demon, make sure they are in a protective circle. Salt is recommended. Paint will probably work too. Chalk in a pinch. Demons need enrichment too. Give your demon a ball full of peanut butter. Also baths. They can heat it themselves, but they gotta be clean. They gotta be well fed, and their minds have gotta have activity, or they're just gonna get so bored. This has been a PSA. A joint Bart and Megan PSA. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna pop AFK and use the restroom and reheat the last of my coffee here, and then we will come back for a little bit more chatting and one more sprinty spront of work. So remember to get up, move around occasionally, switch the leg you're sitting on, wiggle those toesies, grab something to drink, and use the restroom if you gotta, and we will be right back. Everybody, did you wash your rooms? Are all the rooms clean and tidy? That's just what we call it here. That's just what we call it, is the washroom. In England, in a lot of places, they called it the water closet, or there would just be a sign that would say WC and point, which was an interesting thing to get used to for me. Want to see my dumb sketch of Amaya's cursed bard art redeem? Yes! That reminds me. I have to redeem some cursed bard art. I'm just still not sure if I've thought of anything cursed enough. I'm gonna get me some bard art. I just need to make sure that it's bard enough. I do like his galaxy skin. I like a lot of his skins, but we can use his galaxy skin for now. With the rain outside, he almost looks see-through. Oh, I love this! Bard, you're so good! I can't wait to see the finished version. I think Amaya's gonna love it. It's not, first of all, it's not dumb at all. It's amazing. Maybe a little bit silly, but I think that's what we're looking for. I'm working on a real version too, but I wanted to do a silly one. I love the silly one. Yeah, I've had a couple of ideas, but I don't know. I wanted to ask for an octopus that was also a star and see if you would interpret it as like the 5-pointed star or as like the flaming type of star. Maybe I should. I guess I can always commission more than one. But I was like, I don't know if that's really a cursed prompt or if that's just a normal prompt. The real version is also silly. Good. We can all use a little silly in our life. So that's kind of where I'm working around right now, is like an octopus that is also a star that is also an octopus. Carly's was wholesome. I don't know what Carly's was. You haven't said. You don't, no pressure to share if you don't want to. What do you think, Bard? Is that idea cursed enough, or should I make it more cursed? The prompt doesn't have to be cursed for the art to be cursed. Well, maybe I'll go with that one and just see, because I would love to see how you interpret it. I would just love to see what comes out of your brain for that prompt. So, I loved what you did with Monroe Pepper. I know Ghost isn't on board with Monroe Pepper, but I love Monroe Pepper. I feel like we have to come up with a sexy cauliflower as well, so that we have, because there's already like the hot dog in a corset, so if we come up with like a sexy cauliflower, then we've got Joe, Ghost, and Cauliflumps covered. I think he secretly loved it too. He has to publicly say that he disapproves, but I think secretly he approves. Secretly, he's happy. He's happy with that existing. He knows. He knows how amazing it is. My eyes are watery today. And I don't know why. Gotta do a poem for Orange still, too. I would love to hear the poem. What I might actually do, I know we've been, I know we haven't been talking a lot during the breaks, but I might actually skip ahead here and get the last, wow, my brain just froze forward. The last sprint started because it's getting mighty close to lunchtime, and I'd like to get in there. So I'm going to pop up the final sprint indicator here, and I think we're just going to dive in and get her done. Sometimes you just gotta get her done. So let's move on to the next bit. I'm still here, Bard. You can still talk to me. Ooh, if you work on the orange poem, do we get a preview? Do I get a preview? Hmm. You're not interrupting me when you talk in chat, Bart. That's what I'm here for. That's the whole point. My heart is a wanderer. It has traveled to countries and walked paths that my body only dreams of. I love that. That's beautiful, Bard. All right. I have 2 pages left, and normally I would push on to finish them, but I gotta eat. It be lunchtime, and we gotta eat dinner early tonight because Ghost has curling. So I'm gonna do the responsible thing and call it here for the day. That first scene was a little bit rough because it needed some extra addition of names and descriptions. I tried to say descriptions and descriptors at the same time. But this second scene has gone very smoothly, which I am happy about. Bard, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope your endeavors are going well. I don't know if you ended up working on art or more of the poem. But the poem was lovely, what you shared, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Get some good air. Feel better. I know I know everyone is stressed out right now. There's a lot going on. But just know that you guys are always welcome here. And I hope that you have a nice, safe stay whenever you're here. A nice, relaxing stay. Let's see if I can find somebody who's going to be going for a while. It looks like, hopefully, we have not rated Sable in a while, so I want to pop over there. It looks like she's getting set up for another sprint, hopefully. Doing some For the Words. So we will head over there. I will be back tomorrow at this same time. I'm going to be doing edits. I might have to do some out loud edits tomorrow, so I might have to mute my microphone a couple times, and I might go behind the Chaos Octopus cam, just because I think the last time I did muted reading on stream, people got confused by seeing my lips move when the camera was muted, but we'll figure it out. Either way, we're going to be here tomorrow morning doing edits. It will hopefully be a fabulous time. And then again, on Saturday night, I will be over on It's Swift's channel, hanging out for Cozy Chaos. The huge. The current scene I'm working on is so sweet. Blur, I saw you said it was melting your heart. I hope it continues to go well. Got started on the sketch. Hopefully have it done by the end of the day. Heck yeah. Let's do a stretch before we go. Be sure to mash that save button on your work. I will do so as well. Save, save, save. I am going to stretch my fingies. So yeah, that's where you can find me the rest of this week. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I'm gonna go make myself a salad. Gonna go pop over to Sable Aradia, another writer in the community. We haven't dropped in on her in a while, so it'll be nice to say hi. Please check her out and give her a quick follow, even if you're headed elsewhere for the rest of your day. And yeah, take care of yourselves, you guys. Remember to eat, to sleep, to move around, to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And I hope you all have the best productivity and creativity until I see you again. It was a lovely stream. Thank you for streaming. Blur, thank you for hanging out. Bard, thank you for hanging out. Thank you, honestly, to everyone who dropped by today. We saw a bunch of people we haven't seen in a while, and it's so good to reconnect. Wolf, thank you for dropping by. Carly, I know I'm forgetting so many people, but you're all truly amazing, and I'm so grateful I get to spend my time with you. Rai, thank you for hanging out. I hope you're having a productive day as well. 9.3 straight thanks to today. It'll be 9.4 tomorrow, Pi. I will see you then. Take care.